This podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek. Our friends over at SeatGeek are giving us a promo code of TBA Wrestling. That is TBA Wrestling for $20 off your first purchase. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Gunners R Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are.
Emphasis on positive.
Fire. I'm on fire. That's it. That's all I had of that. But it's been I'm going to use the word tumultuous. I think that's a good word.
Trying. It's been a trying time.
It's been difficult. And on Monday, obviously, I was very fresh. I was very disappointed and I tried to find the positives. And I found a couple. The big glaring one, and it's still right in front of us, is twofold.
Yeah.
We are top of the league.
Yeah, we are.
And we're in a good position in the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
Yep.
To be disappointed with your team at that point is a very strange thing across all of football.
Fickle.
Very fickle. The other part is between tonight and Sunday, we could be through to a semi-final in the Champions League. Back-to-back years, first time ever.
Yeah.
Against Atletico Madrid.
Yep.
And we could win the league on Sunday, potentially.
It could be a big week.
2 wins this week.
Yeah.
And this season, all of a sudden, we're off like gangbusters, Joe.
Gangbusters again. Two wins, and this is historic and iconic, and everyone shuts up, and the Arsenal fans are happy, but
2 losses. And we'll get into that today, because today is Gunners R Us. Joe and I are in the studio, as always, on a Wednesday. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify, wherever you listen to it. We do have a Patreon, as I was mentioning. We do previews, reviews, interviews, instant reactions, all over there. It's about £6 if you go through the link below this podcast. But that'd be lovely. And also you're in a raffle for winning a graded Arsenal card every single week. So that's that bit of business.
Also, though, I just want to add quickly. I am refusing to ever drink from a bottle ever again.
Honestly, first, there's 2 parts to that guy. That guy was on Sky Sports the next day, and they ran that every hour for a whole day.
Thank you, Sky Sports.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And I've never seen Sky Sports so lovingly putting up shorts of that guy. Because when this is other teams, there's no comment.
No.
And we've talked about this till we're blue in the face. Arsenal fans, hence us having a podcast. And by the way, every team has a podcast, but has multiple podcasts. But we kind of realize we're good for hits. It's a good listen.
Yeah.
You know, Arsenal is good for ratings. Arsenal's good for views, hits, money, whatever it is. So I understand it. And the basis of the hits is the banter. And I think we've brought it on ourselves to an extent, I think, because we went unbeaten. Yeah. I think there's an element of jealousy to that because it's not been done. It's one of the few things that have been done, and it's such a clean one. I think us and the City Centurions, it's such a clean thing to be like, has anyone else done it? Whereas, like, for example, the other one I think of is the Chelsea team that had the 14 goals conceded or 16 goals. Where I can't remember the exact number.
Strong Chelsea team,
and they call that the best defensive team. But it's a little bit messy. It's not like something you could just say unbeaten or 100 points. It's very clean. Yeah. So outside of those, there's obviously treble teams, Man City, Man United, things like that. But generally speaking, I think that started it. But I think also Arsenal Fan TV have really cost us, because I think the most regular comment I get is if I say something that's a little bit excusey or reasoning or anything like that, the instant reaction, ironically, is that is such an Arsenal fan reaction. Yeah. And I don't know what that means. Like, you know, it's like, what do you mean that's an Arsenal fan reaction?
Well, it's in the wording. Arsenal Fan TV.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, but wouldn't we all look at Arsenal Fan TV as the place where they absolutely lose their head over nothing? Yeah. You think of Lee Gunner and all these idiots, and you know, well, they are idiots. So I'm not two ways about that. You know,
but it made us look bad.
Yes, they haven't. But their reaction would be like, after the game, we're positive. The reason this podcast exists is because it's called Positively Arsenal.
It was literally to combat what they do.
Yes, and we did it at a time where there was a lot of negativity in the club. We started it.
Yeah.
Since then, there's been a lot of positivity in the club.
Yes, yeah. We
maybe
brought
we brought
manifested
it.
it.
We brought it.
Manifest destiny.
We brought the sun with us, you know?
Yeah.
But we did that because of that. Because, yeah, if we, you know... And I understand the fans booing at the end of the game the other day. It wasn't the fact that, you know, our standards are far too high that we have to boo our team for being top of the league by 9 points at that point.
Yeah.
It was the manner of it.
Yeah.
And I understand that they pay a lot of money and they didn't do that until the very end. They wait till the final whistle. They supported the team to the end. So I understand that.
It was deflating.
But Arsenal Fan TV, people like their reaction to that would be sack the manager. It's rubbish. They're wasters. All this kind of stuff, and they'd scream.
Yeah.
So I find it interesting when I say, you know, for example, I don't fully understand this tactic, or I think us winning the league would be not a win for football. I'm not going to say it's a win for football, but it'd be closer to a breakthrough. You know, I had this conversation with Elton Prince of the WWE this week. We actually had an argument about it because I rolled him up with a voice note because I did mention that. Realistically, I think we're actually agreeing with each other. I know you won't like that, but I was saying that we've done really well for half a season. We've got to get over the line because if you remember 2 years ago, Man City, we were the best team in the year.
Yeah.
We were the best team that year. We weren't because we didn't win the league, but we were the best informed team.
Yeah.
They dragged themselves. Chris Wood had to miss a load of sitters. Son had to miss sitters.
There's a lot.
They were just winning games, and you watch every game going, come on, please lose. And at the end of it, you go, they were awful, but they won. And at the end of everyone, that's what champions do. And we went, yeah, fair play. And we won nearly every game in that year.
Almost perfect.
From January right through to the end of the season, we nearly won every game except for one.
Yeah.
And we didn't win the league by a point. And I think we owe them one.
We do, yeah.
Well, we can be, because right now, I can tell you right now, we're not the best team in England.
No.
Man City are.
Yeah.
As it stands.
Yeah.
If we end up with more points, we were the best team, like they were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But we probably weren't in the most in form.
No.
I think we owe him that. And he didn't like that because he said, but that's just such an Arsenal thing to say because that didn't happen. They did win the league. And I say, yeah, but what I'm saying is, that's not my excuse if we don't win the league, that we deserved it because they did it to us. I'm saying we owe them one.
Yeah.
We need to go get this league over the line by hook or by crook because we're not going to change our playing style. Nothing's going to change. There's not going to be a radical change. If we're going to win the league or the Champions League or do anything, it's going to be awful.
Yeah.
It's going to be done.
It's going to be a hard watch.
Through gritted teeth and just determination.
Yeah.
The worry at the weekend was that I think we saw a lack of effort, and that is something we'll talk about today.
Yeah.
But getting back to that kind of initial thought is the concept of what Arsenal fans say is so different to what they've learnt it from.
Yeah.
They've learnt it from screaming at the camera and saying sack the board. And Arsenal fans give a reason, for example, injuries, you know, at key times, all this, and they say, oh, it's excuses, you're bottling it. And the bottling thing is just such a funny term. I think James McNicholas talked about this week. Where does that even come from? Like, I don't even understand why the term bottling exists because bottling what?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? Like, bottling is just putting liquid in a thing. So why does that mean throwing something away, bottling?
I've never...
Is it throwing? Did I just explain it? Is it because you throw a bottle away? Or is it bottling tears? Because that's what they're kind of getting at.
I've never looked it up before.
Yeah,
Maybe it's time.
I don't know, because it is. And they jumped on that, and that guy did it. And the story behind it was hilarious, because he said, oh, we were at Arsenal game, and we asked for some water because my son needed some. The staff there... No, it wasn't even the staff. It was the Arsenal physio. Went and got him a bottle, because his son needed it.
Wow.
It was an Arsenal bottle.
Okay. So
And-
we gave him
Yeah,
hydration
and he said,
for his son.
He even said they were very nice about it. They were very nice. And then he kept it a year and a half,
Oh, my goodness.
and then took it with him in case they win that game, so we could get on camera drinking our bottle.
That's mad.
And you just think, imagine Arsenal did that.
Yeah.
My God, like, this has been like a funny story all week.
Oh, if an Arsenal fan did the same thing, yeah, it'd be a problem.
It's my same reason that Cherky was doing bottle flips during that game.
Yeah.
Cherky just generally is annoying. But
a clown. Yeah.
He's a clown, but if he was our clown, I think it'd be hilarious.
It'd be amazing, yeah.
But it's the concept they're going, yeah, but look how relaxed they are. And it's so frustrating because can you imagine if Ezra was doing keep-ups at the weekend? Like, let's say we're winning 1-0 and we start doing keep-ups.
Yeah.
It would be they're disrespectful. There's no,
Yeah.
I hope they do drop the points.
Yeah.
Whereas instead it's like, oh, well done. And this is the thing that's led Arsenal fans to come across as nuts.
Yeah.
Is because we watch a constant hypocrisy.
Oh, we get gaslit. That's the problem.
Yeah, and we go, what? Like, what is happening? Like,
We're getting gaslit by everyone.
It happened in a group chat yesterday. We live in a group chat of NFL fans and football fans.
Yeah.
And we all support massively different football fans and NFL teams. Sorry, and everyone has a different concept. They're very much all in the boat of Arsenal bottle things, Arsenal banter.
Oh, they live online for sure.
They live in that world.
Because living online is very different to real life.
Yeah, it's very much Arsenal are always going to do this.
Yeah.
Arsenal, typical Arsenal, blah blah. And they don't see it because some of them are Liverpool fans. The rest of the world, Liverpool fans are just as annoying as Arsenal fans to everyone else.
100%.
And they played PSG last night in the Champions League, because we're going to talk about Champions League today a lot. If you remember, we lost, what was it, 5-3, 4-3, 5-3, something like that, over 2 legs last year.
Yeah.
We outscored them. We out-XG'd them over 2 legs.
Yep.
Doesn't mean anything. We still lost.
Yeah.
We did quite well. I thought we were very good at home.
Well, yeah, like we said last time, the goalkeeper was the only
Donnarumma was the difference in that game. Second leg, we threw away a goal at the end, but if not, Saka misses an open goal to win it and take us to the Champions League final.
Yeah. That's
how tight that game was over 2 legs.
Yeah.
We got absolutely bantered
Yeah.
for losing those 2 legs, saying they didn't go for it enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's boring. It's rubbish. You never let the handbrake off. You'll never win anything like that. It's just an awful performance. And even if the performance is good, it's not enough.
Even though we scored a lot of goals and the goalkeeper was the reason the game was different. Yeah.
Yeah. And we really went toe-to-toe with them. Liverpool just lost 4-0 over 2 legs.
Yeah.
And I've heard Liverpool fans saying it was a good performance. We were the better team. The better team in a 4-legged tie, 4 goal scored legged tie, is really interesting to me, because can you imagine an Arsenal fan? Imagine we get through and we go against Atletico and we lose 4-0 over 2 legs and we go, but
one thing I would never
we go injuries, a couple injuries, and we actually were the better team. They just happened to win 4-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know how much XG Liverpool got at the Parc des Princes?
Can't imagine it was high.
It was 0.00.
Yeah.
It was the lowest they've ever had.
Yeah.
And this is from the manager who told Arsenal that they don't go for games enough. And he said the best team in the world right now, PSG, and that's why I'd love to play PSG, because that'd be 2 teams going at it, trying to score. And then he went there and
didn't try
a low block and never attempted to attack. And you just think, this is Arsenal fans. We have the receipts, and we're going, why is the media outraged this week? Not just constant clips of Slot saying that, then Slot's performance. They've gone out and then going, this is a joke. This is a joke. This is a squad that were primed to win the Premier League. They literally just did.
Yeah.
Should have won the Champions League. But instead everyone's going, they had a go. Why are they not being held to the standard we're being held to? They're the champions.
I mean, I am almost taking it as a compliment now, because it's gone too far. The only thing I can do is take it as a compliment that all they want to talk about is Arsenal, even though, as they keep reminding us, we haven't won anything.
And we're not very good, they keep reminding
Apparently we're not very good, and we haven't won anything. But all they I listened to TalkSport on the way here.
You shouldn't have done that.
I had no other options. TalkSport, I was like, I need
Doesn't your phone have podcasts?
I wasn't in Wi-Fi when I downloaded any podcasts. There is a bigger story to why I don't have Wi-Fi, but we'll go there.
Check that out on a different podcast that doesn't exist yet.
So I didn't download my podcast in time, and I like to get a bit of sport in on the way here, because I know we're going into this. Mm-hmm. So I put on AM radio. TalkSport was on. It was Ali. I love Ali. Big fan of Ali. But all they were talking about, I know it's a good time to do it because Arsenal playing tonight. Arsenal got Man City on Sunday. They're going to talk about Arsenal, really.
Yeah, you have to, really.
But the whole conversation, every guest they had, they asked about Arsenal. They asked about what Arteta had said and what that meant. They asked about whether we were going to get it over the line. It was all Arsenal. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take that as a compliment, because our team is on everyone's lips. And the only reason that anything is ever on anyone's lips is because you're a threat, or you're the most relevant team in the world.
Yeah, they're not going to like that, but yeah, you're right.
Well, they've created it. They've created it, and I've told you why they're doing it.
Yeah.
They can't get mad about that.
It's such an interesting concept, because if we win the league, let's say we get it over the line this year, and then we spend $500 million in the summer.
Yeah. Fairly or unfairly?
I don't even care.
Legally?
If there's $500 million bought into our club that we spend this summer, do you think we'll be getting away with maybe missing out on top 4 and going out to PSG 4-0 in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, the way Liverpool are?
No.
Because Liverpool just won the league. Have the best player in the league in Salah, best defender apparently in Van Dijk.
Yeah.
They added $500 million in reinforcements.
Yeah.
And we all agreed, start of the season, unbelievable. a treble or failure.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to pick up nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It looks that way.
Yeah, and not in a good way. Like they're not even performing.
I say
right,
it looks that way. I don't think they can win anything. Right?
No.
They're out of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not even performing right.
Yeah. And people would say, "Oh, but Isaac got hurt eventually, and then now he's back. TK's now got hurt." Yeah, really unfortunate. We've had just as many.
We're literally dealing with them right
and
now.
we're dealing, and this is a team that haven't won a league in 22 years.
Yeah.
Invested half the amount of them.
Yeah.
And we're expected, and also being reminded every single day, they're a really bad football team.
Mm-hmm.
They're not very good, but they have to win the quad or failure.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? You're talking out of two sides of your mouth, and it doesn't make any sense.
And also, I remember a few weeks ago, there was a point where we were dominating in the Champions League, dominating in the league.
Yeah.
We were in all the cups. And a lot of very credible people in football came out and said we're the best team in Europe, if not the world. So that shows how fickle it is. The people, because a lot of the people we're listening to are professionals. No, not all of them. A lot of it's online, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't mean anything. It's a cow's opinion, and it's moo. It's a moot point.
It's a moot point.
But when you're listening to professionals talk about it, surely they can see that they're contradicting everything they keep saying week by week. You, as a professional, you can't be fickle. You have to look at the bigger picture and say, like, this is a blip or this is just a down period because it's got to come at some point.
Yeah.
You can't be fickle enough to say we're the best team in Europe or the world 1 minute, and then the next minute we're bottling it with the worst team in the world. Even though we are still in prime position, like you said, on a positive note, we're in prime position to take the Premier League and the Champions League. Is right there.
Yeah, and I think that's something we have to remember is football's all relative to how you're looking at it because, you know, I spoke about the Bournemouth game, so we're not going to go too deep because obviously if you listen to Monday's episode, I don't want you to have to revisit it too much. But we agree it's a pretty damning. It was a poor performance, I thought.
I've never felt so trash after a game.
I think it was really, even looking back at it, you know, you look at that first goal and there's a moment where Madueke decides he does not want to run with his runner and Ben White actively looks at him during it while he's trying to track back and looks directly at Madueke like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then he's now caught short as well. The ball gets cut back. Gabriel deflects it directly into the one place that so they could score from.
Yep.
Where Miles Lewis-Skelly is ball watching and doesn't follow his man.
Yeah.
So a comedy of errors. The goal later on, obviously everyone talks about Zubimendi's issue in the play, but it's Gabriel. They pick off Gabriel and then Gabriel runs towards it, which is something that Gabriel used to have a real issue with doing.
Yeah.
Running out of position, and even that goal, the pass through to Alex Scott.
Yeah.
Doesn't go to Alex Scott if Saliba doesn't deflect it.
Yeah.
He tries to slot it through to him, and Saliba sticks his foot out to block it, and he just puts it perfectly in his path.
Yeah.
And then he's through and goal, and it's a great finish. But little things like that happen when you're playing that poorly.
Yeah.
And I used an analogy. I don't know if this analogy is going to go down great. I have a real issue, and there's one terrifying issue I have with the style of play. I know that Neville talks about playing out from the back and how ridiculous this is and all that. The problem I have is I understand that Arteta is very risk averse.
Yeah.
Or I believe he is. We've watched enough of it.
Yeah.
We think we're a little bit scared sometimes to play that pass.
Yeah.
They just, you know, when we win the ball up high, sometimes we go to make that one pass, maybe 2, 3, get a shot away. And you see them go to do it, put the foot on it, let the whole other team's wave come back, get in a shape, knock it back to red. Everyone does all the hand movements. Like, everyone in shape, let's get ready.
Yeah.
And then we just side to side for the next 2-3 minutes. And then usually someone goes, there's no pass on. And then one of our centre-backs, annoyingly, will just cross it to no one.
Yeah.
As if he thought, oh, those 6 creative players that are passing it side to side, they mustn't have thought of this. I'm just going to hoof it.
Yeah.
So that's been a frustration. But we know they're quite risk-averse. But we know we play out from the back. At the minute, we are really trying to draw people's presses out. And one of my issues on Monday was that Bournemouth dropped into the 4-2-4 press that City did.
Yeah.
And even with Raya in goal, we had no answers. But if you remember, he tries to do a little flick. And
he did, he did, yeah.
And that one, I you know, people say I have no clue where his head was at. Gabriel puts it onto his wrong foot very strongly with a player rushing him. The only thing he could have done was direct it back towards Gabriel high and big with his weaker foot.
Yeah.
But instead, he's caught in that mindset of, but I could break the press.
Yeah.
So he tries something stupid.
Yeah.
With the outside of his foot to Ben White, and it doesn't work, and luckily we get away with it. But in that game, do you remember how many times we were playing that ball in our own box where they were on us
Yeah.
and we had to just nip it over the top? Here's my frustration. They're willing to take that risk
Yeah.
constantly in the game.
Yeah.
The ultimate risk.
Mhm.
Because if you lose the ball there, it's a goal.
Yeah.
That's as risky as it gets.
Yeah.
They are willing to do that just to draw their press out.
Mhm.
But once we draw their press out, what happens when it goes to that fullback who's under slight amount of pressure?
Get rid.
It goes long.
Yeah.
So why didn't the keeper do that without having all that other pressure?
Yeah.
And I know you only know that happens once you get the ball to
It's
him.
the options.
And
yeah.
for example, when you draw a press out, you can go long because it's like, the tide. Once you draw 4 players onto you that high
Yeah.
and that hard,
There's
and
a
you've
gap.
baited them,
Yeah.
if you go long, yeah, your forward might not touch it. Like, it's not necessarily for Gyökeres. Everyone's going, oh, Gyökeres is not hanging onto it. His plan's not to hang onto it. His plan is to jump up with him and make you header it back down into our midfield,
Yeah.
who are now overran.
Coming onto it.
Yeah, we're coming onto it, and we've now got a man over because they sold out with the press.
Yeah.
So I understand why you do it sometimes, but the constant taking of that risk there, and then we watch us in the final third, and not one person wants to try a through ball because you don't want to lose the ball. So they end up going backwards, and you think, so you're willing to take the ultimate risk in your own 6-yard box
Yeah.
to potentially bait a press that might end in some kind of good attack,
Yeah.
but a through ball to a 1-on-1, no, too risky. That bit I do not understand.
It feels like there's a plan, but there's too many missing pieces to the plan. Like the missing pieces of, once we do this first thing that we've drilled into ourselves that we got to do, what's the next bit?
Yeah.
Like it's like they're doing the first bit, but it's almost like they're doing it for too long or so long that when time comes when they do manage to get it over the top,
They don't know what to do with
the
it.
players have almost settled into a different shape now.
Yeah.
And they haven't transitioned it. Like there's no.
Yeah.
But again, we talked about it in the car at the weekend, I think it was, and there is a disconnect with the midfield. Like when we have certain players playing in the midfield, they're not all doing exactly what they should be doing, and I don't know if that's personnel. I don't know. It probably is personnel. It doesn't help. Like if you have Havertz there who hasn't been there for the whole season doing this same job, and next to him was Rice with Zubamendi, but Rice is dropping back now because we're getting very nervy. He's dropping back, so the only other person is Havertz, and there's no link up. Like
Yeah, because we saw it when Ezra came on, it was instantly different.
it
The midfield
changes.
was different.
Ezra or Odegaard, one of those has to be in that
Yeah,
role.
you have to have a creative player. And also, since Havertz come back into the team and had to play number 10, we've lost 3 out of 4.
Yeah,
And that is that is not by accident.
No.
That is a huge part of why we are losing these games. And it's not because he's bad.
No.
Because we can go back to old trusty and we can put Havertz up front. Like, for me, what I would do is tonight I would play Gyökeres. But at the weekend I'd play Havertz up front.
yeah.
And get Odegaard or Ezra behind him.
Because we know what Man City are going to do. They're going to do exactly what they did in the cup final.
Yeah.
And if we've got no answers, we're going to have the same.
Whereas
problem.
when we go long over the top of their press, Havertz is more likely going to stick to him.
Yeah.
And Ezra's more likely to have sold out on not going back with the press.
Yeah.
Whereas Havertz, we saw it in the cup final, Havertz and Rice and Zubamendi all kind of go backwards to try and get the ball.
Yeah.
And there's a huge gap there. And then it goes up to Gyökeres and he's got 4 players competing with him.
He's
He's got
options,
nowhere to go.
options. But,
He's got nowhere to go.
but again, it also correlates to why people think Zubamendi's having some bad games.
Yes.
It's not just exhaustion. Like that is one thing.
Yeah.
He has been run into the ground.
Yeah, yes.
But the disconnect in midfield is making him look bad because they're not a unit.
I
They're not
agree-
acting like a unit.
I agree with like 80% of that as far as Zubamendi is, but some of them are just misplaced passes, and that's got to be a mental fatigue or something.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what you just said, but
Also, if the players aren't where he needs them to be at the right times,
but some of them are just misplaced. Like
Yeah.
it's a simple pass and he's struggling. Do you remember that one time in that Bournemouth game where he had the ball and he had options like Martinelli
Yeah.
or to go backwards, and he kind of just waited, and then you were like, oh, he's drawing him up to play it,
yeah,
and then they just took it off him, all 3 of them,
Yeah.
and then you were just like,
yeah,
oh, there was no plan. He looked and went, oh, I can't do that pass, and then just lollygagged until he got dispossessed.
there isn't. I don't know if it's just because I'm looking at through like you know when you watch your own team and then you watch other teams, it's
It's terrifying.
it's a different vibe because like even if you watch us play sometimes, and even though we are technically right now the best team in the league, technically,
Yeah.
because you can only get to the top of the league not by accident at this point. When we watch our team, we've clearly done something right to this point.
Yeah, you wouldn't be where you are.
But you watch us play, and the way the players are moving on the field, and like when we're in possession, the players aren't where they like. There's no options. You watch like an Everton, And they're moving quicker than we are. Like they're getting into like the midfield is literally like dack. It's like triangles, which is what you want. But I know we're better than Everton somehow.
It's weird, isn't it?
But then I watched Atletico Barcelona last night. I only watched like half an hour because I fell asleep.
Terrifying, right?
The speed
they make passes at.
They were so dynamic.
There's not even a moment in their head when they win a ball to ever go backwards either.
No, it's just like they're dispossessing the ball in defence and they're pinging it right through the middle of midfield.
It's the reason why a lot of fans have hated Arsenal this season, is because, and when you're winning, it's easy to be like, and we've done it on the podcast, so I'd rather score set pieces, it's funnier.
Yeah.
But once it starts to go wrong, you realise just it's so slow.
Yeah.
It's void of ideas.
Yeah.
And that's what I worry about, because when we watch it, how many times have I said, you have to move the ball quick, otherwise nothing will open up.
Yeah.
And they go, 1 touch, 2 touch, play it to one side. 1 touch, 2 touch, play it to one side. Can I take that man on? Nah, there's 2 of them. 1 touch, 2 touch, back to the fullback. You will never get anywhere in professional football
No.
at a high level doing that.
No.
Because they will just shift. The minute you go 1 touch, 1 touch, 1 touch, you might lose the ball, but they're scared to lose the ball. But you will create something. Last night, Atletico were doing like 1 pass, 2 pass, cross, and then their centre forward was in like 4 or 5 acres of room.
Yeah.
But the only thing I would say is Arsenal over 2 legs. I don't think this season, including this game tonight or tomorrow's game, or the next round if we go through, will ship 4 or 5 goals.
No.
But this is also why.
Yeah.
Because we do not take 3 or 4 touches and have a shot on goal. We retain the ball, we kill the game, and we suffocate people. Teams.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you had that.
Yeah.
But that's what we do. And that part of it, there's a negative and a positive. Like, who was it? There was a manager the other day. I wish I remembered. They said, if you're very good at defending, you're probably not the best at attacking. But if you're very good at attacking, chances are you're very open. And you can't do both. And ironically, right now, Arsenal top goal scorers in the league and conceded the least.
Yeah.
So at some point, you kind of also go, well, they've got that balance almost exact.
It's nearly there.
But the eye test, and that Bournemouth game, I think, was also... I think that was almost on its own. Like, take away the Southampton game, we could talk about that. There was, a lot of injuries. It was a rotated team. They clearly didn't want it. Their focus was elsewhere. That's different. Sporting, good result. The Carabao Cup final, we had no answers for that, and that was worrying. But we also created 4 of the best chances in the game and missed them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can also look at that, like, it depends how you look at it, right?
Yeah.
This one was the first one where it's like, it's an island of its own. It was bad all round.
Yeah.
I predicted the lineup last week in the preview. It was the exact lineup that I was worried about.
Yeah.
It performed exactly what I did. And I even said it'll be at 60 minutes, we'll be looking for a draw.
Yeah.
I did never in my mind think we'd actually lose it, though.
Yeah.
I thought we'd just draw it. And that would have been a disappointing result.
Yeah.
And it got to 85 minutes and we were thinking, please just draw it. And it would, because a draw would have kept it in our hands.
Yeah.
A loss took it out. And that was what was worrying. And and I did the same, because I watched, I think it was Liverpool-Fulham that night, which is hard after that kind of result. And it's not just because you lose, you don't want to watch football. It's like when you don't watch Match of the Day after you lose, but it was the manner of it. I didn't want to see football.
We felt like we ruined football for ourselves that weekend.
And I was feeding the baby at like R5, and I said, go on there, put Liverpool game on. And I was like, it's really sad to say, I was almost envious of the way both teams played.
Yeah.
And both teams, as we talked about earlier, Liverpool not very good this year.
Not great.
Fulham not great. Neither of them have any ability to be top of this league right now.
But
we do.
But you watch them work their way up the pitch.
The speed they did it. Iwobi was moving the ball, and I was going, he's one of ours. And I was like, what's happening?
But there is a reason, though, that...
Well, I'd say this. It was a basketball game. Both teams could have scored 6.
It was chaos.
When you watch Arsenal games, until recently, no team's going to score 6.
Yeah.
Us or them.
Yeah.
And that is also what can win you things like Champions Leagues. Because Atletico, we all know Simone. What do we know him as? The worse version of Arteta.
Yeah.
He's going to go, like, even said, like, in that press conference, he said, what do you think about Barcelona's high line? How are you going to... He goes, it doesn't matter about the high line because we're not going to attack. And it was like, that's a gag. But he did attack. And, by the way, Barcelona's probably an easier game right now than Atletico.
Yeah.
Because Atletico are better going forward. And they have better defensive kind of mould. Because that Barcelona high line is not going to help them.
No.
Do I think we would have exploited the high line? No. So... Even though Barcelona is probably a better game right now for anyone than Atletico, I think Atletico is more beneficial to us. Yeah,
I wouldn't want the Barcelona attack coming onto us now.
No, I don't want their attack, and I also don't think we would even do anything with that highlight because we won't release that ball. So you're not going to.
That is the plus though, because you do watch like an Atletico Barcelona game, and it is chaos. But that is also we're in the Premier League. The Premier League is not chaos.
Yep.
The Premier League is you figure out exactly what you need to do to win the best league in the world.
Yep.
Every team in there is good, solid, and can win on any day.
Yep.
Spanish league, chaos.
Yeah,
it's basketball.
Yeah.
But that's also why a lot of people like it, because it's basketball.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to play the style of football that like we play, that's what can win you the Premier League. But you also have to figure out, like you said, we were the strongest defense, and we're also scoring goals. Now we're definitely not the strongest defense, and we're also not scoring goals. So I don't know.
They've lost their identity a little bit, and there's no way to look at it. I've got a question for later on, but I don't think we've lost our identity, and there's no way of looking at it that isn't just pressure's got to them.
Yeah.
It can't be anything else. It's
That's what it
too.
feels like.
And again, it is natural. The pressure does culminate here. You know what I mean? Like it's boiling point.
Well, pressure is a gift. It's a pleasure. Like if you're under pressure like that, it means you're doing something right and you're in the right position.
And like I said before, like people are like, oh yeah, but you've lost a lot of games recently. Yeah, but we're also at the end of all these cups.
Yeah.
So you're either going to win every single cup or you're going to start losing games.
Stick or twist at this point, yeah.
It's just like, for example, if we got out of the FA Cup in the 5th round, everyone would have said, yeah, they're more concentrated about the league.
Yeah.
No banter. If you get to the quarterfinals, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, they were supposed to win that.
Even though you've done all the work to get there.
Like before the Sporting game, everyone said, it'd be a joke if Arsenal don't win the Champions League. What? Because we have to get through Sporting home and away, then Barcelona or Atletico home and away, then have to beat PSG or Bayern Munich in a final.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a given. Yeah, it'll be easy. Like, no, there's no, like, you know, and the draw has opened up lovely for us.
Yeah.
As far as on the surface.
Yeah.
But if someone had said at the start of the season your knockouts would be Leverkusen, Sporting, Atletico, I'd be like, what's happened?
Fantastic.
We've avoided Bayern Munich, PSG, any English club, Barcelona, Real Madrid. I'd have been like, oh, brilliant. But you still got to go win them. Because guess what? Barcelona are considered a lot better than Arsenal. A lot of people would say, oh, they're way better than Arsenal. Right?
Yeah.
Struggle with Atletico.
Yeah.
So there's no way we're not going to struggle, right? And this is with the two sides of their mouths. With one mouth, we're going to say Barcelona are miles better.
I guess.
And the other side, they're going to go, but Arsenal should cruise past Atletico.
Yeah.
I thought the better team in Barcelona would have cruised past them.
So, I dare say I'm starting to lean more towards us winning the Champions League more than the league at this point.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Only because of the style of play. Only because the Premier League, you have to be so perfect, and we're starting to show cracks, and the pressure is on the Premier League. That is where the narrative comes from. It's the Premier League.
We've been unbelievable in the Champions League all year.
And Champions League, I think, leans more into we're structured, but it's also an open game. There's holes.
2 legs as well.
Yeah.
I think we can make the Champions League final this year? Yeah, I feel good about that. I'm not saying that we could not lose tonight. Like I was telling you before this, there's a guy online that has predicted not just every team to go through in the knockouts. He's predicted the win or loss or draw in every leg. Not just that, he's got the exact scoreline so far.
Yeah.
Up until even last night, he got it 2-0 and a
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
He got that all.
Yeah.
But tonight's one, he has, I think, Bayern Munich winning 4-1 away from home, I believe. Or, I can't remember. No, he has. I think he has Madrid winning 4-1 away from home or something. 4-1 somewhere. But Arsenal, he has losing 3-1.
Yeah.
So
I could see that.
Could I see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, do I think we have the best chance of reaching a final in forever? Yes. I really do. And I think the way we're set up and the way Atletico struggle with set pieces, I think the way in which they rely on winning the ball when you're attacking heavily, we're not going to attack that heavily.
No.
We've also beaten them 4-0 already this season.
Yeah.
In the knockout, in the group stage, sorry. There's a lot of things going for us.
Yeah.
But do I also think we could lose tonight? Yeah. Do I think we could lose to Atletico? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But just, it does feel like it's shifted that maybe that's our best chance of silverware.
Yeah.
But what the players can't do is think that way, because knockout football, any given day, champions in the Premier League, it's in our hands.
Yeah.
We can lose next week in a weekend to City and still win the league.
Yeah.
It's not. It's still more available, but it's starting to feel like it's not, because you just can't imagine that team beating. I can see that team beating Atletico away better than I can see them beating West Ham away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a worry.
Yeah,
there's something worry about that. But I was just remembered that I was supposed to give you an analogy for the way we play out the front and back, but I'm not gonna bother, because actually I'll do a quick one. I said to young Elton Prince, I said it's like me and him being like we're burglars, and there's this very small bichon at the front door.
Yeah.
And we've scoped this house out, and the back door is always empty.
Mm.
And the way we do things, we always do the back door. That's how we always break in.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it.
Mm.
We turn up on the night, and we look through the garden, and there's 3 people standing with butcher knives by that back door because they're having a chat, but they all happen to be holding knives. You think, that's a problem.
Mm.
So you walk around the front, you see the little Bichon, and you go, okay. Nah, we'll go around the back. That's what we do. And you go there, you sprint past them all and think, oh my God, I've just taken that risk. I've got past them. And then you get to that Bichon, you think, do you know what? We need to bail out of this. And you run back through the knives and get out the back door
Yeah.
and go, I can't do it. That's how we play football.
Yeah.
We could have just gone through, you know, we're willing to run through the knives, but we're not willing to go past the Bichon.
How did you come up with that?
I don't know, scatty.
That is a mad analogy.
But it feels right.
Yeah, it feels perfect.
That's the way we're playing it.
But that is such a... I don't know. How did you...
Don't know.
God.
I do a lot of burglary.
That's...
The
the fact that it involved a Bichon and then people with knives. And...
Yeah, I don't know if on podcast you're supposed to talk about knives, but...
Or Bichons.
Or Bichons. But anyway, yeah, so the game of the weekend really felt like something I'd not seen this season.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it had that horrible effect afterwards, because I said to you that there was a feeling I got a couple years ago or 3 years ago, I don't know when it was, whenever we lost that Newcastle game where the ball went out.
Yeah.
It was offside, it was a handball, and they went, yeah, that's fine.
Mm.
And I remember thinking, and in that game also, there was like, Gamera's elbowed.
It was filthy.
Like nearly knocked him out.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, but it was his forearm, it's all right. It's like, so you're allowed to forearm people in the back of the head, but you're not allowed to elbow. It's like, oh, okay. And then Casemiro like touched someone's chest and gets sent off, and you think, I don't know what's going on. Or you touch someone's hair.
Yeah,
as we found out this week.
True.
Didn't even get the hair bubble out. But yeah, you can forearm someone in the back of the head unprotected.
Yeah.
And knock him dizzy. But don't touch his hair. So all those things, and it made me kind of have that feeling. It wasn't just like sad because we'd lost. It was like, there's no point watching because you'll never actually succeed because the refs will do something weird or it's out of your control. It's not just about turning up and hoping your team play well. It's like, I got to hope my team play well. They stay fit and these refs don't just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the refs decided that Barcelona Atletico game.
Yeah.
They got a red card in both legs for last man. The game last night, by the way, I felt so confident. If anyone saw it, some bad head injuries in that game. Some really bad cuts. A lot of blood in that game.
Yeah.
But when he blew up for it, and I think they got themselves in a pickle, and this is what I hate about officials, and that he's actually one of the better refs. Little Trossard, isn't it?
Yeah, I like him.
It was last man. He does take him out. Mm. It's not last man though. Koundé's on the recovery. He's in line with him, right?
Yeah.
And he runs over and gets his yellow card out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
To give him a booking. And then he looks and the linesman's giving it off. And he goes, it's offside. And then he points to his ear because obviously it's a red card check.
Yeah.
And because it's a red card check, it means they can check the offside, right?
Yeah.
But what he can't do is if they check it and it's offside, he can't now... if it's onside, he can't then give the booking because he already gave the decision. You can't decide a booking on VAR.
Jesus, yeah.
But because the game has stopped now, they're almost in a... They either got to go, it wasn't a red card, it actually was onside, but we can't do that. So anyway, Barcelona ball.
Yeah.
And they were stuck. They kind of put themselves into this, you know how we talked about the grey area and it's got to be enough to overturn and all that. They've made all these silly rules that they can end up in these actual like mathematical problems where like they look stupid if they don't. So I was like, as soon as he did it and he got the yellow card out, he had brandished it but not shown it.
Mm.
So he's proven he thinks it's yellow.
Yeah.
The linesman thinks it's off. First replay, we realise, oh, it's onside.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now he stopped the game to check for a red card. But a red card you can't overturn a yellow card.
Yeah.
You can only be for a red card offence.
Yeah.
So once they check that, he has to give him a red. Otherwise, they look like they're incompetent.
Yeah.
And I realised as soon as he did it, I went, oh no. And I said, and I could see it wasn't last man because there was a clearly covering guy. And I went, he's going to send him off 100% because they're all sitting there going, oh my God, we've messed up.
They have to.
Because we've got all the decisions wrong otherwise.
Yeah.
There's 3 decisions here.
Yeah.
Is it a booking? Is it a last man? Or is it offside? We've got every single one wrong so far. So we have to send him off. And as soon as I saw it, I went, they're going to save face. And even the commentators were like, but he's not last man. Why are they sending him off? And even afterwards, everyone said that's a bad decision.
Yeah.
And it was. And you just saw, and that decisions like that would affect ties.
Yeah.
And that Newcastle game did that for me, where I was like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because we could play really well, and then the ref will just decide the game or the season or a manager's job. And I felt that way after the Bournemouth one, but nothing to do with decisions, nothing to do with refs. It was totally down, and it's almost like it doesn't hurt more because it's more real. Mm. But I went, that team don't want it.
That
And I knew I was watching a game in which we were never going to win.
yeah.
And there was a moment about 30 minutes in where I went, I'm going to watch this because I'm an Arsenal fan. I watch every game.
Yeah.
I will refuse to. And I hope somehow we do win. But I'm 99% sure we cannot win this game. And we will not win this game. And there's a lack of effort. And I thought, this hurts because I'm not blaming on anything other than this team have decided we're not caring about winning a league.
I think that is the most frustrating thing about that game is because that was the first time all season that I've watched a game and felt visibly almost angry, but like frustrated because we had it in our power at home against Bournemouth. I know they're unbeaten in whatever 15 games.
113 years unbeaten after an international.
Yeah, they've got all these things going for them, but
It doesn't mean anything.
with that, in the position we're in and how good we are, we should.
How motivated we should be at home.
It's hard because I'm sure they're motivated. They have to be.
I'm starting to question it.
At this point, if they're not motivated right now, when are they ever going to be motivated?
What was that Xhaka clip a couple of years ago when we lost to Newcastle?
I saw that the other
He
day.
said
Yeah.
if you're 8, you're 10, you're 18, or you're 38.
Yeah.
If you're scared of this,
Yeah.
don't play for us.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Don't even be on the bench. Just
It's
go
like
away.
it's like us going to work and we're scared of dogs.
Yeah.
Like if I turn up at work, I can't be scared of dogs. But that thought, it was because I try not to think like it sounds demeaning, but
You're going to say pub fan.
a typical football fan.
Oh, no.
Like I don't like to think like that because I don't want to be that. I want to be someone that understands it a bit deeper than that, more on the the athletic level and the coaching level. I want to understand that way more than I do just looking at the surface and saying, "Oh, these guys get paid so much money, they should try harder." It's not always down to that.
But
But that was the first time that I went in the kitchen and I was putting the washing up away, like right after the game, just clanging plates and just putting cutlery in the drawer, just throwing it in the drawer.
you do that anyway.
I do that anyway, but I felt frustrated because mainly you work all week.
Yeah.
Like, just talking about us personally. You work all week. And I knew that weekend, I had a busy weekend.
But you're looking forward to
I
that.
had a lot to do Saturday, a lot to do Sunday as we wrestled and everything and trained.
Yeah, you're like, that 2 hours is going to be my...
That was my window.
piece.
Going into the whole week, that's all I was thinking about was that couple hours I get to sit and watch Arsenal. They're at home against Bournemouth. We're in everything.
Sunny day.
It's fun. Like even if we
Even if you lose, but we missed 10 chances.
yeah, if we lose, but we put on a performance, we tried. I can be okay with that. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Losing doesn't bother me. It's the performance. That was the first time I had that thought of I've worked so hard this week.
And
Even
you just kicked the ball around on the football field, stroked the dog, and watched a TikTok on a big screen, and you've given me that.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
while I'm washing up, you know what they're not doing? Driving home in their Ferrari and not washing up.
yeah,
Really annoying,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
They get to just play football again, and that's all they have to think about.
Yeah.
I know
And then they got a media blackout, and you're just like, children. This is, yeah. It's like they've all got. It's like they all got in the dressing room. They had a conversation like after the game, as they should,
yeah,
and then they all went, no social media.
yeah.
Like as if like, and again, I know that is important. They have to worry. They have to worry about things that we don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
And we have to worry about a lot of things that they definitely don't have to worry about. But it's just the fact that these adults look at each other and said, because there's no way that not one person's done any social media.
No.
That doesn't happen without a constant like a conversation of like no one on social media.
Yeah.
It's like they've all gone, no social media. We'll show them.
Yeah. Because the last thing we needed was those guys to come and reassure us.
The last thing, in all fairness though, the last thing I did want was these tweets that they go on to the next. You're with us till the end or something. You're
Yeah.
like, it's clearly like an agent's put it up. It's not even them, and you're just going, oh, brilliant. And it demeans it because we'll talk about the Ezra interview. There was a energy with some of the interviews afterwards, which was like, it's not over yet. We've all, with you in our side, we'll come back stronger.
Yeah.
We'll learn from it. It's not over.
Yeah.
And I was like, of course it's not over. You're 9 points clear when you're doing these
Yeah,
interviews.
we all know it's not over.
Yeah, it's not over.
We just need you to try harder.
You're top. It's not like we're chasing a pack of 10 points off and we're hoping that they lose.
Just say you're going to try harder. That's all I need.
It's the concept that but it's not even that. It's like there's no confidence. It's them going, we'll try again, but it's not over, guys. Stick with us. And it's like, you say that when you're third.
Yeah.
And you're 9 points off.
Yeah.
And you're hoping they drop points.
Yeah.
And you're saying, stick with us because anything can happen. No, not anything can happen. You're in the driver's seat. You're driving ahead of everyone. Keep driving forward.
Also, if these group of players and coaches don't have confidence, I've got no hope of having confidence. Because if they haven't got confidence in the position they're in right now, no one should have confidence.
Well, I'm worrying the fact that he had to get the big screen out with the TikTok. Is like he must. There's no way he does that if he doesn't get an inkling of like, oh, they need motivating.
Why did he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's just a nutter and he really likes doing weird stuff.
We know that. We know that.
He's a bit cringe. We get it. He's Michael Scott.
Poor Smith Rowe had to sit through the light bulb and everything. Like, I mean,
but I get it. But I hated that. And then Ezra did his interview, and I love that because it's the way he said it. He said, they said, "What do you think about everyone's reaction, the bottle, and all that?" He goes, "I don't care. I don't care what anyone's opinion is.
Yeah.
I know we're good enough. I know we're going to get it over the line." And he said, "And when we win," he didn't say if we win. He said, "When we win, you're all going to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And that's your problem."
Yeah. He strikes me as someone that's very much got that in him.
Well, he said, I think they brought up in the same interview. They said, "You repost compilations of the Arsenal 2006 team on your Twitter when you were younger." And he was like, "Yeah." He said, "I love that team."
Yeah.
And the 06 team, if you don't remember, is the really good version of the Invincibles that didn't actually win anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
We won the Invincibles in 04, 05. We won the FA Cup in that penalty shootout with Man United.
Yeah.
Apologies. And then the following year, in 2006, we went to Champions League final.
Yeah.
But that team was different. That was the team.
Yeah.
That was the team that should have won the quad.
Yeah.
We won nothing.
Yeah.
But he apparently used to repost lots of compilations when he was younger of that team. And he said, "I love their energy," he said, because there was like this weird swagger, confidence. And you see it with the goal he scored at Leverkusen.
Oh, yeah.
He hits that in, he starts walking off and striding away because he's watched all those on recomps where he's strolling down, he's doing the whole, like, you know, like scrunching the face and head nod. He wants that.
Oh, because
what he wants is he wants to play Man City, and on 90 minutes he wants to run into that corner flag, holding them off, and then he starts doing that at the Man City fans. That's what he wants.
And he wants to drink out of a Man City bottle.
Yeah.
That's what he wants, because Henri would have.
Yes.
That's what you want.
And the thing is, the others are scared.
Yeah.
They're consoling each other mid-game.
Yeah.
This is our issue. And again, that's, a team should be getting around someone, but it's lacking that. It's what the characters at Man City right now, they're all giggling and laughing and mucking about, and this is such a walk in the park. And if they don't just have that guy drinking that bottle on the big screen in their changing room this weekend, they don't need anything else to motivate them.
No.
Don't even talk to them this week. They're on a media blackout. They're not allowed to talk.
They've been here before. They know how to do it.
Yeah, there you go. Do you not just you as players are going to get made fun of? The 10 million plus Arsenal fans around the world are all going to have to be laughed at.
We're all going to have to deal with it, yeah.
And that's a question I've got for you before we move on to the Champions League heavily now. If we go on to not win this league, but let's take a caveat. If we don't win the league but win the Champions League, I think it will be forgotten. I think it's like one of the two.
Yeah.
But let's say we don't win anything, but mainly the Premier League. Is that the first time we've actually truly bottled a league? Or is it not a bottling? Or is it actually 2 or 3 third time? Because a lot of people would say this would be the 5th or 6th time we've bottled a league.
For me, I don't like the term bottling.
No, same.
Only because sport is sport. It's not bottling. Bottling demeans it. I think it's a group of players and a young manager that have never won anything massive. And when it gets to nut-cutting time, essentially, they haven't been there before. They don't know what it's like to play with that pressure. They're now playing with a level of pressure that no other team ever has to face. This Arsenal team has more pressure on it than any football team ever. Yeah. Because everyone's decided to jump on our back. Everyone. No one else gets that, and no one ever has. So if we do go on and win it...
Yeah, we're the only people who get bottling. Like, we were told we were bottling top 4, and then we'd win, and everyone was like, okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah, but no team's faced this. Not this level. No. If we go on to win at least one of those things, if not both...
Yeah.
They have achieved more than any Arsenal team in history, plus 10. Because of the level of pressure. So by people putting this pressure on us and calling us bottlers or whatever it is, they're actually adding so much more fuel to what could be a bigger explosion than football's ever seen. If we were to just go on and win it without all this pressure, yeah, cool, we made history. If we go on and win it now with all this pressure, they've created something that I don't think they're going to be able to stop for a bit. Yeah. Because these group of players, if they figure out how to overcome this pressure and do this, no one's done that before. So if they can get through this with trophies, I'd be worried about this team. So I wouldn't call any of it bottling so far.
But if someone were to, levy...
But right now, the way we are and the progression we've made along the way, in recent seasons before this, we weren't necessarily expected to do too much. Now this is the first time we've really sat down and gone, we are the team. We're going to build a squad. We've got it now. We've got the squad. We may not be necessarily performing exactly how we're supposed to be, but champions don't always.
No.
If this current crop doesn't manage to get anything over the line this season, I'm not going to say bottle, but I'm going to say
It'd be hard to... If someone levied the bottling thing at you,
yeah,
it'd be hard to defend at this point, I think.
big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah,
But I don't know if that's just because of the pressure.
Well...
Like, if no one ever mentioned the bottling
thing is, though, the bottling thing adds pressure as far as the fans...
This has been created by random people.
Yeah,
like,
and the bottling thing's been on since 2010. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's been a thing.
because only one team can win these things.
Yeah, no.
Sport is sport.
I know. And
Like, you win or you lose.
if Liverpool lose, it's the slip. Like, everyone has these pressures.
Yeah.
I just think... I don't like the term bottling at all, but...
No. Unless you've played high-level sport at a top level, bottling isn't a thing. They're athletes.
But I would say that this year is the first year we bottled it. And I disagreed for a long time because you have to go, like I said, at the start of the season, every Opta computer had us fourth. Every Opta computer, every pundit was picking their top four. We were fourth, maybe third at a push. But
You're already overachieving.
Right. But as a season goes on, you can't hang your hat on that because if, for example, Leeds, everyone predicted them to go down. It's like them going, but look at us now.
Yeah.
But then getting relegated in 6 weeks and going, but you expected it.
Yeah.
You can't. The pressures have changed. You've got yourself in that position. Now you've got to succeed.
Yeah.
The only reason pressure joins you is when you do stuff. Like I said, if we go out in the first rounds of the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, questions are asked of the team.
Yeah.
But no one talks about bottling.
No.
Bottling only comes into terms when you're near winning something. So
You have to be good to bottle.
yeah, you do. You have to. And I just think it's at the end of this season, if we win nothing, and no doubt people we know, social media, online, TV, everything is going to go, they bottled it. I would find it extremely hard to defend because I would say, I wouldn't want to because I would say I would want to have the argument of like it's not a bottling, it's just we ended up doing what you all expected us to do at the start of the season.
Yeah.
But the problem is it evolved.
Yeah.
And we ended up in a position where this last weekend we were playing Bournemouth at home in the sun
Yeah.
to go 12 points clear.
When it's that in your hands,
Yes.
and you just give it back, which is essentially what we've done.
Yeah,
We've given it back.
That is, in quotations, a bottle.
Yeah.
Because it's only that game. If we played that game 4 months ago, we win that.
Yeah.
And bottling only comes in when the pressure arrives, and the pressure's arrived.
Yeah. Lack of composure is a better term.
Massive lack of composure. I just think it is the first time. But that's the league. At the end of this week, guys, I'll be on the Patreon doing a massive preview of the City game. But as for tonight, we've talked about it a lot. We will be playing Atletico if we can get through the Sporting game. Sporting game is tonight.
Yeah.
8 o'clock at the Emirates. We need to... what's it called? Shout out Kyle, Arsenal fan from work. That's his new song.
Oh.
Listen to it today. A little sneak peek. He's a DJ.
That's decent as well.
Hey,
I like that.
That's at it, isn't it?
MKN.
Check him out on Spotify and I believe iTunes.
Yeah.
What was I doing? I was talking about Sporting. So the game tonight is going to be an interesting one because it is at the Emirates. I don't know who's available. It looked to me in open training yesterday we were missing Odegaard, Saka, Timber, Calafiori, and Declan Rice.
Yeah. Not ideal.
Arteta's press conference was, dare I say, bizarre. And with it came no comment on Rice. Saka and Timber, he said one of them might be available.
Yeah.
But he's a big old liar.
He is,
so it's really hard to know.
The Arteta line.
Google has Moreno, Odegaard, Calafiori, Saka, and Timber out, but not Rice. And as for Sporting, no massive injuries for them. I don't know what to think of this game because if there's no Rice, dare I say he does give Zubimendi a night off?
Yeah.
Are we looking at a midfield of Eze, Havertz, and Norgard? And, everyone could go, yeah, I think I'd like to see that. This is a Champions League quarterfinal. Like, people are writing it off because it's Sporting.
Yeah.
Sporting are a very good side to beat Man City at the Etihad this year.
That last game, they were very good.
And they were very good against us.
We know from recent experience that if that midfield is not on point, we have a lot of problems. So we need to be very careful about what we do in the middle there.
Yeah. they've done a little kind of what's it called? Top picks on Sky Sports. Like things you got to look for. Arsenal struggled to create in possession. Sporting's challenge in the build-up. Hodgman's return changes the dynamics for Sporting.
I wondered where he was last time.
Yeah, and Portuguese side are good at set pieces as well as us.
Yeah.
And it makes it very open. Calafiori's a player that if fit, I'd love to see him in, but by the looks of it, not going to be fit. So maybe Hincapi comes back. I wonder if instead of having a legitimate fullback, maybe you do something slightly different and you go Mosquera and Hincapi as the fullbacks and go 4 centre-backs essentially.
Yeah.
And it's less overlappy, less kind of inverted and more just, here's our bank.
Yeah.
We're going to protect.
I'd like if they did that, I'd feel very comfortable.
Yeah, and I think Sporting are very good. They're good enough to cause a massive upset tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of looking at the win probability on Google as Arsenal 62%, extra times 22, Sporting 16. I would say, our last 5 games, we have lost our last one, then we won one, then we lost one. Sporting was win, lost to us, and then win. So they've been very good form, except us. As we know last week, we were the first team to beat them at their ground since August.
Yeah.
They've beaten Man City this season. They're a very good side.
Very good, yeah.
That's what I worry about is we can't, similar to the Bournemouth game, that lineup was essentially 99% the lineup we had to pick.
Yeah.
The lineup tonight could be a certain lineup you think we're not taking this seriously.
Yeah.
It might be decided by injury.
Yeah.
We could be looking at no Declan Rice, no Saka, no Timber. We could also be looking at no Calafiori.
Do we start Dalman?
Yes, this is the one I think we got it completely wrong not starting him in Bournemouth, and I explained that in heavy detail on Monday.
Yeah.
I think you start Dalman. I think you start Martinelli.
Mm-hmm.
I know I should say Trossard, but I think Martinelli's been so good for us in the Champions League.
Yeah.
I think you go Martinelli and Dalman either side of Gyökeres, but you have to have Eze as the 10.
Yeah.
I don't mind Havertz being the 8.
Yeah.
And Zubmendi being the 6.
Yeah.
If Rice isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to lose a lot in that because I think there's no one in world football as good at getting box to box as Declan Rice.
No, he works hard.
Making those tackles and crashing the box late and all those kind of things. With Havertz, it's going to be a completely different type of player.
Yeah.
But I'd rather him in that position than the 10.
Yeah.
I'd rather someone more creative ahead of him.
Yeah.
And I would also go with the centre-back, 4 centre-backs.
Mm.
That's the team I would pick.
Is there a world in which, if we have to, you have Zubamendi obviously sitting in the midfield, Eze to the left 8, Dalman behind Gyökeres.
It's very aggressive for it.
It's a bit too aggressive, but if we're going to play with a bank like we are at the back,
it gives you more.
It gives you
stability.
options if you need the outlet.
The only thing I'd say is I don't think Saka or Timber might be on the bench. So
yeah.
I think the only thing I'd say is I don't want to see Madueke, I don't think. Yeah. And not because I dislike him as a player. I just think I need a rest from him.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. Yeah, Dalman has to start.
Mm.
It's about time we take these risks. You look at 18-year-old Jamal, Doué starting games. So many players. Rio's coming on in the Champions League. Like this is not abnormal now.
No.
This is not a novelty. He's just very good.
Yeah.
We need to trust him. What better way than under an Emirates crowd who are going to all be in love with him?
We're already winning.
Yeah, lights on, Champions League, and also if he plays tonight, he would have leveled Bruno Fernandes's Champions League record of most amount of games in a knockout.
Wow.
You have the same amount of games as Bruno Fernandes in his career in knockout Champions League football.
That's
mad. So I like that. There's also, there's so many other things that it just adds. I think it adds an aura to a player when you can say, oh, he's been in like 7 Champions League knockout games, for example. Yeah. And if we are going to go through, that's another 2 games he might showcase in. And that's like numbers like that start making people like Lewis Skelly or Dalman and that not just good and experienced. It also makes them valuable.
Yeah.
Because if you're not going to keep Dalman, I think we are.
Yeah.
But
it adds layers.
Already,
to the
he's probably a £100 million player because everyone has so much feeling for him. If you start adding actual statistics of goals in the Premier League, he scored a goal in the Premier League. He's got assists in the Premier League. He's got an assist in the Champions League. If he can now be the youngest ever goal scorer in the Champions League, what better night? Imagine that under the lights tonight. That energy from a Dalman goal tonight, and us going through
changes everything.
goes in that Man City game.
It's a nightmare that we're putting so much on a
I know
16-year-old.
and that's also why he might not start.
But do you know who also has zero fear right now? Like Arteta kept saying he has. Max Dowman.
Yeah.
Because in this point of the
He's
season,
not thinking about it.
Dowman's just playing football. And is what they all should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And pressure is real. I know that. I get that. Yeah. Pressure's real. And a 16-year-old has a lot less pressure than like a mid-20 to 30-year-old. But he is playing with zero fear. And if he goes out there and relieves all that pressure for the rest of us, because we might need him to just sprinkle a little bit of that zero mero on us, then we're good.
And also, like I said on Monday, it rounds the edges of that crowd. Because that crowd tonight, even though I think there's been such a separation, I think all year I could see the Carabao Cup final coming because we never played with any energy in the Carabao Cup. We hammered to get to the final, but it felt like you could feel such a disconnect of the team that played in the Premier League and the Carabao Cup. Even if it was the same 11, you could feel the difference. Same with the FA Cup. But the Champions League's been almost another thing because it's not like the Premier League team at all.
No.
They have a swagger.
Yeah.
They're a weird team, the Champions League Arsenal team this year, because they are so different to the Premier League team.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance that crowd turn up not actually nervous tonight.
Yeah.
But there is also a chance they turn up extremely panicked.
Yeah.
And it's for Arsenal to make you instantly, in the first 10 minutes, go,
yeah,
we're fine.
We have to work together on this.
Yeah, this is almost like a therapy session, I think, tonight. Like, there's a huge game at stake. But I think underlyingly, people need to see a good performance, a lot of effort, a lot of good football, some attacking football, and us getting back to some of the basics, like being good at set pieces, things we haven't seen for a while.
Yeah.
Underneath all that, they have to just win the game.
They do, yeah.
Or draw the game. Well, I don't think people would be happy with a draw. If we draw it 0-0 tonight, chances are it's been a bad game.
Yeah.
If we draw it 1-1, chances are people felt nervous at one point because it was 1-1. It means later on they were still trying to get us into extra time.
Yeah.
It's only a 1-goal lead. It's a very good amount of goals lead.
Yeah.
For going from in Champions League terms, but it's for that crowd to calm everyone tonight.
Yeah.
And if they need any more motivating after going out of a league, the Carabao Cup in the final in the manner they did, then getting roasted online for pulling players from international duty that all aren't still playing, so it wasn't us pulling them. Going out against Southampton, embarrassing the fan base. Then that performance they gave out at Bournemouth in a title race that they needed motivating with TikTok videos.
Yeah.
If they needed any more motivation, look at that guy with that ball.
Yeah.
Look at the way in which Barcelona and Atletico went at it last night.
Yeah.
Look how disappointed people are. Look, you know what I mean? They don't need any more motivation to just go out there tonight and go, I don't care about City the weekend. Tonight is our cup final.
Yeah.
And, people would say, yeah, it's too much. Maybe they should rest a couple of players for the weekend. No. We can't afford to do that. Go for it. These players have to accept they're going to have to find the energy. And, it's the same as, you wake up in a week and you're tired. And you have to kind of work through it with some coffee and that.
Yeah.
When you're on holiday, you sleep for 3 hours, you've got energy, right? The human body does some crazy things when you either want to and or get adrenaline.
Yeah.
These players should be playing every 3 days and they find a way to recover.
Yeah.
And they find a way to push themselves. Because they're on the cusp of like legendary status.
Yeah.
If they need to go, I feel a niggle, I don't want to play. Don't be at the club.
Yeah.
And I know that that's wrong because in modern football we should be working with injuries and all this, and that's why we have injuries. But if they can't find some kind of energy, if they're turning up yawning, tired, I don't want to. That crowd's gonna get us. If you've got even any thought like that, you shouldn't be at the club.
No.
And tonight is a big way of. I'm actually glad we got this game before the City game. I think going into that City game with the feeling we had, but we can make it worse tonight. Yeah. But we can also make it a lot better and give the crowd a bit more of a, these players want it.
Well, that's something they need to remember is every single game they're playing now, and there isn't many left, every single game is one game that you have to completely shift the narrative. Like, it's literally just game by game now. Like, how many games left in total?
If we lose tonight, 7 games. If we lose tonight, that'll be 7. So as a weekend, it'll be 6 left.
That's all you got to do.
If we lose.
That's all you got to do.
If we win.
7 more.
If we win, there's up to 10.
That's fine.
Yeah.
10 more games. After the whole season you've played,
you have to this point.
10 individual games.
It'll take you up to 65 games for the year.
Yeah. Because every game is a cup final. Not in the sense of every game gets you closer to the end, but every game shifts the narrative and alleviates a little bit of that bottling pressure that the rest of the world has given us. Every single game. That's all you got to do. And if Eze, like we said earlier, hasn't got it in his head already to score at the Etihad, run down towards the City, any City fans, they can find them, and drink out of a Man City bottle in front of them.
I'd take a big Gabby header and him just holding the ball at the corner at the end.
Yeah, anything. Like, just to show a little bit of teeth. Like, a little bit of small
You can
mouth.
tell that. I think we need to, because whether we do that or not, they're going to make fun of us. So why not? Rattle them. I don't want us being like, yeah, but if I do that and then we end up losing the league, everyone's going to look back at us. I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Celebrate the goal.
Yeah.
You know, Cherky, do you know what's going to happen in the season? No one's going to remember it. And also, it's because he plays for Man City. No one knows what Man City are.
Yeah.
And the whole concept of all of this, like I said on Monday, I want the parade. I want us to win the league. I want us to win something. Do a parade. I want fans drinking out of Man City bottles that are full of oil and that say 115. I want Slot in a bridesmaid dress. I want all of it. I want them to have to deal with everything they've put us through.
Yeah.
Because guess what? When it's Liverpool parading and winning the league last year, what did they want to talk about? Arteta in a dress.
Yeah.
You know, when City are playing Chelsea in London, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Arsenal in the bottle. Give them a reason.
It's also why I believe that all of this pressure's there for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
It's there for a reason to create an absolute monster. Because if we, like I said earlier, if we win everything with this added pressure on top from the rest of the world, it's your fault. It's on you.
Yeah, and that's
You've created a monster now.
Like as I said, you got to deal with it once. You know, when we throw it all back in your face if we win something. Or he didn't even say if we. He said when we do. And the other thing is that we're all kind of putting it down to the season. Ezra's also going, I'm here for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
I want to win something every year. So there's also years to come of this.
And also the fun we can have, because Man City are acting like clowns. Man City's fans are acting like clowns. They're second place by multiple points and out of all the other competitions. They've won one, yeah, but I mean, they're out of everything else. All they've got is second place and they're already behind. They're behind. And they're acting like clowns now.
Yeah, and also Chelsea fans, you're clowns. You're celebrating goals that are going in.
Yeah.
Against your team. And guess what? If we all had to play against teams that the fan base actively wanted us to win, and their players might actively also want us to win,
yeah,
it'd be a lot easier to win the league for us as well.
Yeah.
But every week, teams turn up like it's their cup final. The other fans turn up like we can't be the team that allow Arsenal to win the league.
Yeah.
We're fighting against everyone.
Yeah.
So we need to get through it all, and that happens to the best teams in the world. I'm sure Real Madrid deal with it, Barcelona, PSG, and all these teams. So we got to get used to it if we want to be in the top. And tonight will be the first indication of where this season's going, because here's a scary thought. By the time you and I are back in the studio, we could be out of the Champions League and out of the league, really. We could also be in the semi-finals of Atletico and have beaten Man City at the Etihad. Right before we leave, this going to be 10 seconds each. What's your feeling on where we're going to be at when we do this podcast next week? Because this is going to be something we can come back to.
My heart...
Just tell me what you think.
My head...
Tell me what you think.
Okay. My head believes we are through in the Champions League.
Convincingly, or?
Nah. I reckon we just got through. I don't know how, but we got through. City game... I don't like putting stuff out there that I don't want to happen.
You just have to say what you think we're going to be doing next week on the podcast.
I think we'll be talking about how we're focusing a lot of our attention on the Champions League at this point.
Okay.
But I do believe we may lose to Man City, but we could still.
It's not fatal.
We're still going to win the league.
I think this time next week, the Sporting game, I think we win it 2-1, and we win 3-1 on aggregate, and we're through to the semi-final. And I think. I do, similar to you, I have a head and a heart. My head is saying that we've lost, I said this on Monday, we've lost 4-0. And Rice
4-0?
Rice is looking at everyone going, what has happened?
Oh, man.
And there's Sky Sports are salivating because they do a 6 hours post-match in that little room.
Yeah.
Neville's done 9 podcasts on it. Shout out Mark Goldbridge. And yeah, that's what my head's saying, the way we're playing, that's what's coming for us.
Yeah.
My heart's saying that we do get a draw, and the players are walking around sniggering at the end, going, unlucky City.
We can't end it like that. I think we win tonight, we win on Sunday, and we have one of those feel-good moments. You remember when Ezra scored against Tottenham? And the vibe we had off of that?
That's what's coming.
I think we're getting that.
It kickstarts the end of the season where we win everything.
Because we've had a few of those to enjoy this season, and we're not going out with a whimper. We're going to have that moment where Ezra scores, drinks out of a bottle in front of the Man City fans, and they're trying to get at him.
Let's hope. So
That's what I'm going with.
I'm going to be honest, I feel sick. And that's how football should be. We'll be back next week, guys. I'll be on the Patreon Doing a big Man City preview this week. So if you want that, jump on the Patreon. As for us, I'll be back on Monday on iTunes and Spotify, as well as on the Patreon. And on Wednesday, Joe and I'll be back in the studio after one of the wildest weeks, 5 days spans that will dictate what we've just watched for a year. So we are finally at the moment. I talked about every week. Well, this week could be the telling point. I said last week, if we win and they draw, that will tell us a lot. I said, but we could also lose and they win. And that will also tell us that chances are we're about to go out with a whimper. That's exactly what happened. So, but we're at the actual precipice. This will actually decide, I think, the season.
Yeah. It will.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week. Enjoy it. Remember, you can't do anything about it, so just enjoy.
Have fun.
Have fun. We'll see you next week. Bye. Oh, bye-bye.